Well, hello, ladies.
Good morning or afternoon.
Yes, good morning. It's 10 a.m. here, so I am still morning. There's yeah, awesome. I've already started the recording. We'll wait for about 2 to 3 minutes and get started. We're going to let Nakia get in and share her screen and get set up, and I'll continue to let people in. Every week we are going to record these. I will put them out on my YouTube channel so we can have them out there for you guys to rewatch them. But for those that are attending live, it's going to be very valuable because you'll be able to interact and ask questions. If you have the liberty of having double screens and kind of working and workshopping while you learn, I think that's great. And if not, you can go back and watch the recording and do it. So, Nakia, nice to see you. You look beautiful.
Hello. Thank you. I just blurred my screen, but it
Oh, there
blurred
you
me too. So let me get into focus somewhere here.
are. I was like, wait, I just
Let-
saw you and now I don't.
I know. Okay. Well, that feature doesn't look like it wants to work today. So let me see what I can do. I'm not in my normal space, but let me see what I can do here. Let's try it again.
There you
Okay. There
are.
I am.
There you are. We're going to be adding some people in here, I imagine, for about the next minute or two. So I already hit record just so I don't forget, because sometimes
Okay.
I get
Perfect.
talking and I forget. And so if you can hang tight for just a minute or two and we'll get started. We're super excited to have you, by the way.
Excited. I am becoming just a little kvCORE user
I
as
love it.
well by giving these coaching classes. So I discovered something new today
Oh, sweet.
in
I'm
kvCORE.
excited. I
Yes,
love
yes, yes.
I
I
think that's,
had a referral,
yeah.
so I've been increasing my use of kvCORE.
Yeah.
And as soon as I talk to somebody now, I just stop and get them in kvCORE at our first conversation.
I love it. Yep. I love it. And I've been talking with a lot of the people in my revenue share group just about, the power of having systems. And when you understand a platform like kvCORE and you can use it and like you said, in every conversation, you can really start using it as a consistent system. It changes your business, and really, we all need to be, I think, optimized as much as possible, to take
Yes.
advantage of every contact, every lead, every connection, every
Yes.
conversation more than ever. So it's a great time for people to double down and get serious about using the system, I think. And so we're super excited to be having you here for 5 weeks in a row. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think it works for 5 weeks in a row. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think we decided that it did work with both of our schedules. And so we have Nakia here, and I'm going to let Nakia talk a little bit about herself really quickly, just so that you can understand where she's coming from. One of the things that I like about Nakia is she's not just someone that like works for kvCORE that's coming in to do a training. She's a real estate agent with EXP that moved to a brand new market where she didn't have a sphere of influence, and she's literally using kvCORE to build her business. So we're learning from somebody who's using it on a daily basis, learning it more as she's using it, and actually using it to grow her business. And I think that's the difference, beside but just somebody coming in and saying, here technically is how you use this system, because realistically how we use a system is not the same always as like what the functionality of a system is in real life. How does this work for us? And I think that's really, really critical. So Nakia, just give us a really quick 2, 3 minute introduction to yourself, where you've been in real estate, where you are now. Also for referrals, it's nice to know where you are because you're a great agent. And then just a little bit about when you started using kvCORE, and then what we can expect from the next 5 sessions.
Yeah, sure. So you explained it so well, just right off the bat. I've moved from Baltimore, Maryland, where I was a retired BIC from a different company. I retired and I came to EXP to build out my own organization, my own brokerage within a brokerage. So as a retired BIC, I felt responsible when agents joined my organization to make sure they knew how to use one of the best tools and features that we got when we came to EXP, and it was kvCORE. So I was a non-competing BIC as well, so I didn't do transactions. So I really haven't done back-to-back transactions since 2018.
Right.
But when it came to EXP, jumped right into kvCORE and was like, wow. I could utilize this and build a customer database, right? So I was in Baltimore for a while, and then I relocated to Charlotte, North Carolina, where I am now. And like Cari said, I'm available for any referrals. I've been getting some leasing that
Yep.
have turned into buys. So I've been here long enough, Cari, now that I had a lease. And now I have a buy that's going to
Nice.
close in next month. So send those leases as well. I will take care of them and protect your referral for the following year. No worries there. But I don't have a database here in North Carolina. So everybody I meet, everybody I talk to, they have to go on my database. I have to nurture them. I have to remind them. Because really, kvCORE is a reminding system as well. Follow up and remind people that, hey, here I am over here, just waiting for you.
Right.
But here's something while you wait, right? That's what those campaigns do. That's what those auto-generated listings do for us. I needed to talk to everyone without forgetting.
Yep.
So I picked up kvCORE, learned kvCORE, learned it very well. I spent 6 months on it in 2020. However, Cari, I spent another like 3 to 4 months just recently relearning it and re-engaging myself. So to think that, hey, I'm been here a long time, I don't need to learn kvCORE.
Right.
Yes, you do, because every single time I go into kvCORE, I find a new button to click.
Yep.
Just like today, about an hour before this call, I found a button to click. All right. So we're going to talk all about that. Basically, I'm a real estate agent wanting to do some transactions, mostly involved in agent attraction. And yes, for anyone wondering, kvCORE works for agent attraction as well.
Yeah.
All right. So we can get into that probably around our last week. If we have anybody interested there, I'll show you how that works there. But I did put together a presentation. There's basically 8 reasons that you want to use kvCORE. First and foremost, overall, kvCORE is a relationship mastering machine. All right. Here's a quote on the screen that I like. Work on your relationships. Relationships need renewal or they die.
That's right.
And basically, if you don't put these people in kvCORE and you don't nurture them, then the relationship will go away. It won't be top of mind. They will be working with their neighbor down the street instead of you who's been their friend for 20 years. We just have to keep the relationship going. And our best tool as a real estate agent at EXP just so happens to be kvCORE. Everybody's like, okay, kvCORE, what's kvCORE? It's our all-in-one tool, right? It is everything you need to nurture relationships. Known in the industry as a customer or client relationship manager. You've always seen CRM. That's our kvCORE. That's the one that EXP had originally given us access to. We don't pay anything extra to use this tool. That's what I love about it the most, right, Cari? That
Yes.
it is included, right? But there's a range of features, range of tools. First of all, it is your consumer facing website. If you ever wanted to, figure out, hey, how did EXP build me that website? Why do I have NakiaEvans.exprealty.com? It's kvCORE is the backup for that. And I'm going to show you how to make some adjustments to that during one of these weeks as well. It is to marketing automation, communication. Again, sometimes we forget to follow up, but guess what? We can set it and forget it, right? And then get reminded, because kvCORE has a reminder tool that I love that I'm going to talk about as well. That goes under task organization as well. Property searches, set your clients up on property searches. You talk to someone, they tell you what they're looking for, set up the property searches. kvCORE is going to email it to them, and they're going to send you a copy as well, or you'll be able to open up your dashboard and see what your client is receiving from you as well. All right, so basically it pulls all of our communication tools, all of our consumer facing website tools. There's some listing lead generation. Oh, I skipped the most important one. Everybody wants to know, Cari, are you going to give me leads if I join you at EXP? Is EXP going to give me leads? Are there leads at EXP? Well, guess what? I love to say that I'm not going to give a man a fish. I'm going to teach you how to fish. So we're going to show you how to use these listings that are in our kvCORE CRM and how you will use some of the features here to learn to fish and fish over and over and over again. You're going to start generating your own leads and therefore saving you some money, because guess what? If you're getting leads, buying leads, you're paying for them, right? So we want to show you how to save some money. That $85 a month you pay to EXP is going to be your overhead expense once you learn how to use kvCORE. You won't be too worried about generating leads much longer. So for our next few weeks, we're going to set some goals. We're going to set up the top 10 goals or top 10 successes. See what, when agents are using kvCORE, what are their success stories? What are they using successfully? What's helping them the most with their business? We're going to go over those. Don't try to see that. That's on the screen there because I have enlarged it so we can tackle these one by one. First of all, if you're a brand new agent, brand new to the company, brand new to kvCORE, kvCORE does have an agent success plan. They can walk you step by step with short videos, and you do the things, or you watch the videos and then you perform the activities. They have that. So if we're giving you too much in these hourly sessions over the next 5 weeks, don't worry. You can go back to a resource and find exactly what you're looking for. I love kvCORE. They have like the best search tool ever. Like you can put something in their search bar and it finds the answer for you so quickly that sometimes I don't even try to figure things out anymore, Cari. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I forgot how to do that. I just go type it in the search bar and I see it and it jogs my memory and I get it done fast. That's how much, that's how well
where do
that
you
tool
search
works.
that, Nakia? Can you confirm where do you search that inside the kvCORE
Yes.
system?
So yeah, I'm gonna type in the chat box inside real estate. Inside real estate is kvCORE's overall, I don't want to say owner, but that's their overall platform. They have multiple platforms, but that's the umbrella to kvCORE. So insiderealestate.com, and I actually have the exact link that takes you to that toolbar. Or Cari, also I'm going to show everyone that there's a little blue box at the bottom of your kvCORE screen that is also the chat box and also that support feature as well. So I will help you guys with that shortly, because that is one of the things that I'm going to show you today as well. We're going to talk about importing our contacts. Contacts is the basis of a CRM, is the basis of your kvCORE. So daily we're prospecting, right? We're meeting new people. Well, daily we're going to be adding new people. That should be one of your activity goals for your business, is to add new contacts to your database, right? Where do they go, Nakia? Into kvCORE, right? And we're going to talk about how they should be labeled, how they should be set up, what information you need to be collecting. All right, so we'll talk about that, importing your contacts. You're actually going to get some homework, which is going to include either importing contacts or adding some. If you feel like you don't have a database, no worries. As long as you can add 5 by the time we get here next week, it's going to be okay.
No worries.
All right. Let's.
Oh.
And I will unmute. Okay, there we go. All right. Turn on drip campaigns. Everybody that's in your kvCORE database will be on a drip campaign. kvCORE has some drip campaigns already composed, and you will also be able to create your own. Or if you have one that you loved using manually, guess what? Create a system, add it to kvCORE, and kvCORE walks you through how to just make it a campaign. So say if on the first day you did this, on the 5th day you did this, on the 17th day you did that, on the 31st day you did that, you can add that in the kvCORE, whether it is communicating with the client or an activity that you need to perform to keep in contact with your clients or to do something. Maybe you have a timeline for after a client goes under contract. You can even add that into kvCORE, and kvCORE will remind you to do that task every morning. We'll show you how to set up those notifications for tasks as well, and even have them on an automated campaign. Again, we'll get to know our personal website, set up the personal website, all the way from the bio to the colors, to the features, to the pages, to the linked pages. A lot of people didn't know that you could link a page that you may have outside of EXP to your EXP website. That's an aha moment, Cari. I get that all the time. What? I can take my link in my bio from Instagram and link it to my kvCORE, or even Instagram. I can link Instagram or my YouTube channel to my kvCORE page. Yes, you can. So we'll show you how to do that. My favorite is for forgetful people. And did y'all just hear me say, I am forgetful? All right. So I have told kvCORE, kvCORE is like my personal assistant. I told kvCORE that every day I wake up, I need a list of people to call. Can you help me with that? And guess what? They said yes. They said, Nakia, we will pick random people in your kvCORE database, send you a list to your email at the time that you want it. And it's just up to you from there. So kvCORE sends me a list every day. It sends me a list of 8 people in my database. It randomly picks, it's like a bingo, a lotto, or something of that nature. It's agents, it's clients, it's past clients, it's leads, it's whomever. Just 8 random contacts at 10 a.m. every single day. I get an email and it reminds me to follow up or touch a contact. So that is actually one of my favorite features, probably the one that keeps me engaged with my people, right? Engaged with my leads. That's one of the top uses for kvCORE, to keep you engaged with your leads. kvCORE has some apps. We're going to do that before you leave. You're going to see those apps, and if you don't already have them downloaded, I'm going to show them to you, and we'll get those downloaded. That'll be your key takeaway today, is getting those apps on your phone, getting those apps on your tablet, and even maybe for some of us, just finding out kvCORE has an app for that. Yes, we have some apps. So there's 3 that we're going to talk about today. And promoting listings, of course, is my favorite. Landing pages, squeeze pages, we are going to build those out. I will show you why you should be using them. And last but not least, I just want to remind people that there are workplace groups for kvCORE related issues, questions, tips, tricks. But that is a great place to just hang out in some days, because you're going to pick up something new from about kvCORE, or something new that you'll be using kvCORE for. So just overall, again, kvCORE is your IDX website. You probably heard that term and was like, I have one of those. Yes, you do. It is through kvCORE. It is your, like mine's is NakiaEvans.exp.com. It is your lead engine, your lead generation, lead management system, right? It is your smart CRM. I recently told everybody, Cari, that we had AI before we knew we had AI. kvCORE was our AI, but we just wasn't calling it our artificial intelligence. kvCORE has been our smart CRM for so long, our automated, our marketing autopilot machine. We weren't calling it AI, but hey, it was really AI.
Yeah.
Our transaction, kvCORE and SkySlope right now does not connect, but that is a feature that they're working on. There's some privacy dynamics that just aren't clicking between kvCORE and SkySlope right now, but I've been told that they're working on that. There's also analytics. My favorite thing to do is to find out the who, what, where, when, why, track my business. So if you're tracking numbers and you want to see different analytics of your business, kvCORE does have a analytics channel and some analytics reports for you as well. So really, Cari, we're going to do the things that kvCORE does, show off what kvCORE does, because I find that just a lot of people just don't know what kvCORE does. You know,
Yep.
even though I said all of that, they really just don't know that it is the tool that they should be using. Probably, I mean, whatever your prospecting time is, 1/4, a quarter of that should at least be in kvCORE. Now, I say 2 hours a day. I don't know what your prospecting time is. Mine is a little less, but I spend 2 hours. I mean, mine is probably a little less than yours, because I'm not doing as many transactions as you guys are doing, but I spend at least 2 hours in kvCORE, whether it's cleaning it up, doing something new. I really go in here a little bit more than I go into my MLS. And the reason I do that is because if I go in here and I decide to try to do some marketing tasks, I actually can get some links and some links to share online here in kvCORE versus going from using my MLS, just because I like the tools and the features over here. So again, agents are using kvCORE for several reasons. I want to stop right here and ask everyone to go to the chat box and tell us the reasons you are using kvCORE or the reason you want to use kvCORE. So maybe there's a feature that you heard about in kvCORE, you have not tapped into it yet, but you think that it's important that we cover it over the next few weeks. But I want to see you guys type something in the chat. All right. It's either why you are using kvCORE or what you want to use kvCORE for, what you want to learn, what you want to hear more about. Because 5 weeks is a short amount of time for kvCORE. So I want to make sure we hit everything that you want. All right, good. I see the squeeze page. Yeah, squeeze pages. We're definitely covering squeeze pages. That is really, really important. Squeeze pages and how they work, yes. And while we look through there, I'm just going to run through a couple pages. Smart CRM, lead engine, okay. New agent, let me see. Sorry, that thing goes fast sometimes. Nurturing past clients to increase repeat customers. That is probably one of the most important tools that you want to use kvCORE for as well. Past clients bring you the most amount of referrals than anyone you could imagine, okay? New agent looking how to use the tool to build my business. Perfect. All right, so we're going to show you that. What to dial in on in campaigns and squeeze pages. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so everybody, so let me find out, does everybody already have their profile set up? Do they already have their dashboard? They know how to read the dashboard? Everybody doing that follow-ups. It looks like we are an advanced class. I'm just trying to make sure that we are an advanced class. Okay, I have a yes and I have a no. All right, I have a yes and I have a no. Who else is here? Who else is here? Do you guys, are you guys profiles, no profiles? Okay, yes, yes, yes. All right, for that no, and okay, I got 2 no's and then a maybe. All right, and no for Cari. Okay, Cari. You are a great example. So thank you for being honest about that. Because let me tell you something. We as leaders, sometimes we forget that we have these tools because we're busy doing other things. But then we run over to these tools and use these tools, and then we find out they actually work, and we start using them more and more. So, Cari, you are my leader that probably has 1 or 2 tweaks that you'll probably want to make. All right, let us do one thing first, because this is my aha moment. Before I come out of this screen, I want to introduce you guys to the apps. The on-the-go kvCORE. If you go to your app store, you'll see kvCORE as an app. That is your app, the one that's circled right now. One of the ones that's circled right now. Make sure that you download that app so that you have on-the-go access to kvCORE. Also, if you're hosting open houses and you're tired of that, taking things from a paper sign-in sheet into your kvCORE because you have to type or you have to get your assistant to type that, there's an app, Core Open House. It's a lovely little sign-in page. You could use your phone or a tablet. I prefer a tablet because it's bigger, but you look so classy. You look so futuristic when you are having the open house guests sign in on a tablet, but it collects the information: first name, last name, email address, phone number, and it even links them to the property of the open house. So you can remember where you've met these contacts or where these contacts come from. It also hashtags, and we're going to talk about a hashtag in just a moment. It hashtags the client also for reminder's sake. So those are, if you are hosting open houses, I am challenging you to switch over to Core Open House. as your sign-in sheet and as your database entry system instead of the paper or anything else you're using, because you want to get these people in kvCORE right away. And for consumers, yes, we have an app as well. As far as consumers in their app store, they will see 360 home ownership. That is the app. 360 home ownership is the app for kvCORE for consumers. And as far as you will see it, it looks like this. And I'll show you where to find your own personalized address that you can share with everybody. You can text this link, or you can share this QR code on social media, and it is directed right back to you and your prospects, your clients, your past clients will go right into the database. If they're already in there, you will start seeing the activities that they are performing on the app in their kvCORE file cabinet now. So that's why I like that app.
What is it called again,
Client
Nakia?
bought a house.
360.
It's called, so yeah, 360. Let me go back.
And do you
find it in the Play Store.
Do you recommend we get this as well, just so we can see it?
I do, and that's one of my suggestions. But let me tell you, you cannot register for it with your EXP email address. So you have to use like one of your test Gmail emails, one of your other Gmails, or your significant other will be a great person. Well, not you, Cari, but somebody else.
Yes.
Somebody, if your significant other is not in kvCORE as well, their cell phone number or their email address to register. But any Gmail, you cannot register as like a client using your EXP email or the phone number that is registered in kvCORE as your agent phone number. You can't test any of the features with your own phone number either. I want you guys to know that when we get into the text to call or text messaging, kvCORE has a nice error message set up already that says you can't enter yourself. You can't get this information yourself. So they do a nice job of telling us that no, you can't use your phone number. So if you have like a Google phone number or another phone number, you can use that if you want to do some text messaging. But they recognize your agent phone number in kvCORE. Again, it's artificial intelligence. They're very smart. And they will tell you, nope, we already have this phone number here. It is registered to an agent. Or even if you try to use mine, it will say Nakia is an agent at eXp Realty already. So I can't be like a, test.
So you could download it on your phone, and even if you don't use it, you could show the consumer the app and then help them find it when they're in your open house or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And I suggest, well, if you're sharing your app, so when you share, eXp has created, and I'll show you just one moment live, but eXp has created a web page that looks just like this, that you get a link to, and that you share that with people, and it'll take them to their Play Store, but it still keeps you connected to the people. So yes, when you are logging in to the app, you're going to use your same kvCORE email and phone number. So it's your password, your EXP email, and should be your password. Now, what I found for me is I had to change my kvCORE password. I was going in through EXP Enterprise all the time, so I thought it was just my passport email, but they require a symbol at the end. And I remember my passport email doesn't require a symbol. So you may get a login error the first time you're trying to do that. And just do forgot my password, and you may have to reset it. But kvCORE now, and this may be just a 2020 thing, because I registered for all of this in 2020, but recently I had to add a symbol to my password. I found out there was a symbol, and I forgot all about that. I told y'all I need constant reminders, right? So I need constant reminders for those text messages as well. Let's look at just our dashboard at kvCORE. I'll show you a couple other things that are fascinating to me. We're going to get into each tool and really dig into them. But first, I just want to show you your dashboard and show you like some of the most important things on the dashboard. First and foremost, I think the most important thing is this agent quick start, this training panel right here. If you get stuck, if you need any help, if you want to go to some live training, if you want to watch some webinars, this box here, kvCORE training, it's as soon as you log in, you're going to get the training information. Okay. So that's important there. Anything that is blue is clickable. Whenever you see anything blue on kvCORE, it's clickable. So if you need to add a contact really quickly, here it is, right? There's other places as well. We have some quick action items. Add a contact, add a call, add a task. For me, I have blog posts here. I do write a blog or send an email. So these are quick things you can do really quickly. This next button is an envelope. I had this set up, but I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. If you've never clicked that envelope, as soon as you click it, it's going to say sync with my Gmail. I love this feature. This feature syncs your Gmail calendar, your Google Calendar to kvCORE. It syncs your Google email to kvCORE as well. And then check this out. When I click this button, these are actual emails that even has nothing to do with eXp Realty, right? Mm-hmm. This is my Gmail. So remember, I told you I was spending 2 hours of my prospecting time, or I was spending 2 hours in kvCORE. I can now check my Gmail over here instead of on my cell phone, so I don't get distracted. So I don't stop my prospecting activity. I don't stop my lead generating activities. I can actually read my emails right over here. So if you don't have this set up already, you'll see sync Gmail or sync Google account. Pick one. Pick the one, the Gmail probably the Gmail that you have your eXp email forwarded to and forwarded from. Use that one there. So that way you can have your calendar, your emails. Okay. Now let me tell you another feature right here, or something that's important while you sync your Gmail. Because if you are emailing clients that are in your CRM, in your kvCORE database, and they reply to the email, that email that they reply, that reply is now stored in their contact in kvCORE, in their file cabinet, I call it. So anytime Tracy, who is my client, emails me and she uses this email address that I have synced to my kvCORE, those emails automatically are added to her file. Yes, Terry, love that. Now, I know I said I loved a lot of features on kvCORE. One there, keeping track, making sure that I have all of this stuff in one place has been so hard for us. And we're always on the go, we're always on our cell phones, and we have our Google, and we forward or we email right from our cell phones, and it's from Gmail. But when we do that now, if we have it synced to kvCORE, when they reply, the answer in that email will be stored right back in kvCORE. So again, I'm trying to keep all of this client interaction, right? That's one of the goals of a CRM system, client interaction. And that is that envelope there, okay? This one is notifications. I won't show you guys that because I'm 21 behind. I'll show you all that next week when I clean that up. Show recent activity. I'll show you how to see. We'll click that later, but you'll be able to see recent activity. That's things that you're doing, things that kvCORE is doing for you, but also things that your clients might be doing. And just so you know, you don't really have to push that button, because in my database, I can see all of the things that the clients are doing. I got 2 clients doing something, right? I got emails going out. So this Nakia Evans is my fake honor. This is my fake client. I should have named it like Nakia Evans 1 or something like that. But that you see that there because my email is getting my email, basically. My Gmail is getting my email. But you can see all of the interaction. This was a client who was at an open house. He looked at a listing, right? And I could see if the clients are on the mobile or if they are on the computer as well. So if you see this here, that means Tracy is on a computer. And I'm going to bet that Brandy is probably on her. Nope, she's on her computer that time. But Brandy is most likely on the go a lot. So she's here. So Tracy's on the app right here. So you can see if they're looking at the app or if they're looking on a computer. So these clients have both. If they're on a mobile device or if they're on a computer, you guys can also see that too. That kind of gives us a little bit of heads up. Hey, if she's on a computer, she might be sitting still and I can call her cell phone and we can talk, right? But you get these in real time. When these clients are looking at these listings, we get a notification by the app, but we also get a notification on our dashboard. So that's why I think it's pretty important to have the app yourself, the kvCORE app, the agent app on your cell phone, so you can get notifications of what your clients are doing. Now, one last thing that we'll cover, and then I'll kind of see if anybody has an immediate question about these things, is this your name right here. And I see your hand up. Keep your hand up. I'll call on you in just one moment. Click your name one time. Under your name, the very first thing you see is a phone number that you probably don't recognize. This is called a smart number. All right, we're going to dive deep into smart numbers. That smart number, not only will you have it, but somebody else that's in your local area, somebody else that's in your office. This is our office smart number. All right, I'm going to tell you how to use it. Don't change it. Don't worry about it for now. We're going to go really deep, or don't try to change it. You really can't change it, but it should not be your cell phone number. Don't worry. They don't have the wrong number. We're going to talk about that smart number. Here is your EXP email, just so you have it there. This is your consumer facing website, the NakiaEvans.exprealty.com there that you see that third one down. And the fourth one down is the kvCORE app for your clients, for you to share with people. This is the address of your app, the link to your app. So if you want anybody to download your homeownership app, you can send them the link. If they open it up in email or text message, when they open it up, this is what they will see. Let me see if I can share this whole screen. This is what they will see. They register their cell phone number and their email address, and it says send me Nakia Evans app. Or they scan this QR code and it takes them right into my app. It connects that person with me. So it is very important that you are sharing this link right here so that anybody that downloads the app will be connected to you. Okay. And then once they do that, then they'll be prompted to go to the app store. They'll be registered with you, and then they'll be prompted to go to the app store, and they will still be connected with you, but they'll have to download the app. Oh, and I did not know. I'm sorry, you guys. I thought it was on screen all this time. So you've been talking to my picture all this time. Sorry about that. Terry, I will take your question now, and then we'll go right back to that app.
Oh no, I was just kind of curious on how some of the homes are showing up, because in all fairness, I haven't played in kvCORE the way I should. But I'm noticing that some of the people that came into my kvCORE from Realtor.com are clicking on houses. How do I know if that's from is that coming through kvCORE, or is it actually recording from Realtor.com, because the two are connected?
Good question. So, Terry, kvCORE connects to your Realtor.com. Now, I don't know how you got it connected if you didn't do it, but there is a way to connect it, and it's actually down here in this all lead engine tools. So if you're using a Zillow for leads, or if you're using Realtor.com, there is a sync. There is a way to sync those two things, and it is right on. If you need to take a look, Terry, on your side as to see how that's linked, or if it's linked properly. Evidently yours is probably. You're going to go to lead engine, all lead engine tools, and it's called lead Dropbox. So if anybody else, I was going to show you guys this later, but if anybody else has this question or has something similar, if you're buying leads, if you have a lead source, kvCORE does connect to some of those lead sources, and Realtor.com is one, and Zillow is one. And if you want to see if yours is one, I think 55 plus, some people are using something called 55 plus. That's one. You're just going to go there to that lead and all lead engine tools, and then click that button. If you need to see that again, I'll do it real quick. All lead engine tools, lead Dropbox. And then you would just hit learn more, Terry, and you would see or find, well, let me see, realtor.com is not right there. Let me find realtor.com. I know it's here. You may have had to provide some kind of way. They got your API token and they did some behind the scenes. So maybe was somebody helping you with that possibly? Maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they probably.
I didn't realize it until my client was looking for something today, and all of a sudden it just popped up in my email that someone was looking at property, and I'm like, well, how the hell did they get that, or where they getting it from, and how did I get the notification?
Yeah. Now, isn't that
was pretty
amazing?
cool.
Yeah, yeah. So if you are using these other sources, once again, they should be synced to kvCORE because it's kind of important. Just like he was able to get a notification that his client found something, might have found something, but it prompts you to follow up with that client as well. So I love the syncing, the synchronization of these
Because when I spoke
items
with them, I'm like, oh, I see
as
you're looking
well.
at such and such a property, and they go, how did you know that? And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
damn good question.
So sometimes, Terry, I keep it as a secret too. Sometimes you'll want to tell them, but sometimes you'll want to keep it as a secret. You have to decide which one. Like, guess what? I have a client under contract and she's looking at houses, right? I'm like, what is she doing? But when I look at what she's looking at, she's not looking at anything that she would buy per se. But if she was, that would prompt me, Carrie, to pick up my phone and call her and be like, girl, you gotta stop looking. You're under contract. You gave $15,000. This house is yours. Unless you're looking for a friend, cut it off or turn that app off or delete that app because our clients have an itch just to search for houses, right? But this, I love it because I see her and I see what she's doing, but I know it's in areas that she's not buying in and all that good stuff. But if it was, that would be another good feature. But I would keep that one a secretary. I wouldn't tell her that I could see what she's doing. I would just call and check in with her, see if I could get her to snitch on herself. Yeah. All right. Pronounce your name for me, Miss Barry. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Aminata? Aminata?
Aminata.
Aminata.
Yeah.
All right. I love it.
Thank you. Hi.
You're welcome. Hi.
So I have a class that's a CE that I signed up, and I'm at the location here. It's around 1 p.m. So I'm not sure how long this one goes. Do we get a recording if I have to leave for my class?
Yes, it's being recorded.
Okay, and another thing also, if I'm through this kvCORE and I have question, who do I reach out to?
Come on this call every week, and then you'll have access to Nakia for your questions. And then we have workplace groups and things of that nature that you can also ask questions in, but I would encourage you just to mark this off on your calendar because then over the course of the 5 weeks, you'll have a lot of time to ask questions as you work on it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you for those questions. Good questions. Thank you. And here, before I finish with this before our name link, my profile is here. Okay, that's what you're going to click if you need to make updates or if you want to make updates. And 9 times out of 10, you probably need an update to something. I am sure. This is the information that feeds to our website. This is information about us. This is information about your MLS is here. This is where a lot of people find maybe something wrong here, and it prompts us to make a change. If you are in 2 offices, if you're licensed or if you're in 2 different MLS systems, you will see that here. If that is incorrect, you need to contact EXP immediately. Or for those that are using 2 or 3 MLSs or 2 or 3 states, if you are active in both, and the one that you are using the most, say like for me, I'm licensed in Maryland and North Carolina. If I had both of them here and North Carolina was not primary, I would need to do a help text ticket immediately and ask them to change my primary MLS. Okay, so this is something that we find often incorrect because agents, when they move or they relocate, they just don't know that they can now change their kvCORE system, and EXP will handle it all. But we just have to do a help desk ticket. Even though this says edit offices here, they're not going to allow you to do it. We got to put in a ticket, and then behind the green curtain, somebody does some things, and then you log in like a few days later, and you'll see the changes. Okay. Something else we discovered last week is let's take a look at our our consumer facing. I always call it consumer facing website. I want you guys to see something here. This happens when someone's licensed in more than one location or has more than one MLS also. Oops, let me turn my camera. That's why my internet was working so fast, because my camera was off. All right, so this line right here, EXP Realty in North Carolina, that line comes from your MLS, okay? So we were trying to figure out, that's why I love these calls too. We were trying to, in real time, figure out how to make changes to our profile. But this one line is from our MLS. So one of the agents that was on the call, she's in multiple states, and she said she had the wrong one. She didn't want that one shown, or she was wondering why I was showing. So we troubleshoot through mines, and see that there, EXP Realty in North Carolina. Now you guys get to see in real time, because we are going into regions here in North Carolina. So by next week, possibly, my EXP Realty in North Carolina may see EXP Realty in Charlotte instead. So this is going to be I want you guys to take a look at this for those that are going to be on a call week to week, and see if I was telling the truth right here. EXP Realty in North Carolina is probably whatever your MLS says. All right. We will see if mine changes over the next week or so. I like to show you here that this is where you do edit. You edit your profile photo. Here is where your cell phone number shows up. Here is where the email addresses that you want to use shows up. Here is how I would like my name to show. Social media is important. Title, you get to put your title. You just click this button here and you can change or add these things. And again, here is my bio. And one more important thing, because kvCORE sends out emails for you, you do need an email signature, and you want an up-to-date email signature. All right. And you guys may be asking, why is my email signature moving? I use one of those online animated email signature programs, and I was able to copy it right into here. And yes, I do include a copy of my little business card template that I made in Canva as well. But you do need an email signature for kvCORE to use on your emails that they're sending. So whether you just copy whatever you have in Gmail or wherever, go ahead. You want to make sure that you have it here. Otherwise, your emails from kvCORE are going to look really generic. But here, it looks a little bit better. It looks like it's a personal email, even though it's automated. So that's one of the important things that I like to talk about right in the beginning before we jump into all of the features at kvCORE also. So before I take a few more questions, just want to make sure that we have some homework. We have some things that we'll work on before we come back. Our profile is one. The apps is another good one. And if you don't have any contacts right now, I'd love, love, love for you to have at least 5, okay? 5 that you input, or I am going to give you step-by-step instructions I'm going to give you a link to the step-by-step instructions on getting clients into your database. Okay. Now, I forgot to say one thing, and I'm going to stop share on this screen and go to my other share. When you are adding or gathering information for your kvCORE, you have to make sure that you are collecting first name and last name. So if you are uploading your database, exporting contacts, importing contacts, exporting from one, importing into kvCORE, a whole spreadsheet. You have to make sure that the first name and last name are in a separate column. Now, if you don't know how to do that, Google it, because if you already have it in the spreadsheet and they are together, there are instructions on how to separate them automatically. Okay, so if you have an Excel spreadsheet and it has just a whole name, there are instructions given by Microsoft or Excel that will help you to turn that one column into two columns. It's going to be very important that first name and last name are separated. And you know why? You guys ever got an email that says hi, first name, or hi, and then it's like some space there and then a comma? They didn't have their database set up properly. They didn't have mail merge. Remember mail merge? Back in the day, we used to have to make envelopes and labels and mail merge. So these are actually merge fields. Yes, Terry, I'm dating myself, aren't I? Am I telling my age here? People probably don't even know what I'm talking about.
I'm right there with you.
They probably like, what is she talking about? But yes, mail merge back in the day, and we didn't have those names set up. Oh my goodness, it was a nightmare. All right, so it's gonna be very important. So when you are collecting contacts, or if you are cleaning up your spreadsheet of contacts, your CSV file, right? If you have that already, you're gonna have some columns. It's gonna be, oops, is it not showing on the screen? I don't think it's showing on the screen, is it? Let me see. Oh, yes, it is. Sorry about that.
Yep, it is.
All right. Okay. You're going to want to have first name, last name, email address, cell phone. Okay, cell phone should be, and it's also helping you with the naming or renaming of your clients. All right. So first name, last name, email, and then cell phone one. All right. It's this instructions are in the chat box, by the way. Go in the chat box and click those instructions. And the instructions is going to break this down, but I just want to say it verbally. Now, status, deal type, hashtag, and source. That information does not necessarily already have to be on your spreadsheet. So if you don't have that, don't worry. But if you do have columns very similar to this, if you change the title of that column, this information will drop into the kvCORE categories. Now, let me tell you what these are real quick. So status is the first identifier, the number one identifier that kvCORE uses in order to trigger or figure out how it should be communicating with people, or figuring out behavioral automation. You're going to hear about behavioral automation. Like, I'll give you an example. My client is online. She's looked at a house 3 times. Okay, she's a buyer. She's a buyer lead in my system. She's looked at a house 3 times. kvCORE clicks and says, Nakia, you better call Tracy. She's looked at this one house 3 times. That is behavioral automation. It looks at her behavior and then it automated things. So first it sends me a text message, then it puts a note in her file, and you can set up different behavioral automations. But that is the one that I have set up. If a client looks at a house more than 2 times, I need to know immediately so I can follow up. Deal type, is it a seller, a buyer, a buy-sell, or is it a renter, right? Or is it an agent? Because I told you guys that this is agent attraction friendly. It is also referral agent friendly, right? We want agents in our kvCORE system as well. Maybe we have a new listing and we want to send an agent information when we have new listings, right? That's why we want agents in our kvCORE. So all of your cross-sale agents, all of your favorite agents that are friends, everybody in your downline, if you have an EXP downline, if you have a team, those people should be in your kvCORE as well, those agents. But just remember, you cannot enter an EXP agent as a client, customer, as a lead, or as a contact. in your kvCORE using their EXP email. All right. It has to be a Gmail email address. So make sure you're collecting Gmail email addresses or Yahoo or whatever, Microsoft, whatever people are using, right? For agents to be in your kvCORE. Hashtags, I always say it like this. It's who, what, when, why, and how. Right? It's how did I meet this person? Where do I know this person from? Why are they even in my database? Where did we meet? It's special little buckets, characteristics of why these people are in your database. These are used to sort, to group, to search, and to send information or to trigger automations through kvCORE, okay? So hashtags are going to be very important. Basically, it's the group that you want these people to be in, okay? It's a classification, but it answers who, what, when, why, and how most of the time. And source, again, this is going to be important for Terry. Terry, if you look at that client, and they are contacting your database, you should see them source. You should see the source as realtor.com there. Okay. You could see if it was a spreadsheet input, like if I did I forget the exact title for it right now, but if I import leads, or if I import a CSV file, it'll be a import will be source. If they found me on Zillow, if they're working in my Zillow and my kvCORE is connected, it will say Zillow, right? But that is your lead source. Where did this person come from? Also, and that's good for analytics. All right. So we will work on those if you don't have them, or another project for you to work on if you may have a database of maybe 25 to 100 people over the next few weeks, over the next month. It may be a good idea to go and get this information, a touch call, right? Touch point with clients and leads. Gather this information and input it in kvCORE so that you do have up-to-date files for each person. Now, if you have thousands of people, I don't want you to put on your list to call 1,000 people all at once. Spread it out, make it a project. Again, I did 8 people per day. Maybe there's 15, 20 to 25 people a day you want to get in contact with, that you want to text, that you want to gather more information, or you want to touch them, right? But it's going to be important, if we are going to use kvCORE to its fullest, that we have most of this information here. All right. This is like really like the most important information. And if you guys if you didn't screenshot that, let me give you one to screenshot, because it defines each of these things as I had just said them. So if you want to take a screenshot of this screen, let me get rid of that bottom part. One second, I lost my whole screen, guys. Let me see. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. All right, there you go. If you want to screenshot that as a helper tool for you, but your homework is to get your database together. I put the article that walks you step by step on importing your leads. So if you have another lead source, or you've been manually, I hear a lot of people using an Excel spreadsheet as their CRM. I would love for you to take that Excel spreadsheet before we come back next week and upload it right into kvCORE, so that you're able to do some of the things that we're going to learn over the next few weeks actually with your database, and you'll get some automation tools, and you will save yourself some time and energy by letting our little AI tool, kvCORE, do the work for us. All right, how was that for an introduction? Oh, can you connect 2 people to the same record, married couples? Yes, Terry, you can. There is, once you go into a contact, you can edit their profile. And when you see edit profile, you'll be able to see where they can be where there can be more than one together. Let me see if I could show you real quick. I'll show you my contact. And let's see. I use my favorite one, Nakia Evans EXP. That's the fastest one I can type. That's I call the Nakia Evans me, the agent. I call me Nakia Evans Jetsons because this is like the Jetsons technology. And then I have Nakia Evans, the client. So let me see. All right. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. Oh, there we go. Did it? Okay, record. There we go. There I am. So if I go to profile details right here, then I can edit and add a second person. Let me slide these screens over. I'm so sorry. I'm sliding. I have too much stuff open on my computer screen here. All right. We're just not getting along today. Let me try this. Let me try it this way. Here we go. All right. So profile details, edit details. And if you go down, and I actually have one of these right now. I'm talking to one spouse, but I'm going to add the other. Is it over here? There we go. So you got a second email address. Let me see, second address. Spouse, there we go. Spouse last name, spouse email, spouse phone, spouse birthday. Can you see that on your side? I hope so.
Yeah, I'm logged in. I'm looking at it right now. So thank you.
Okay. Perfect. You're welcome.
That was perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, hopefully everybody had a key takeaway. I know it was a lot to throw at you in the very beginning. I like to do an overall before we actually do a whole, dive in. Because, Cari, people didn't know all of this existed in this little kvCORE box. We didn't know that we had all of these tools. So I picked, the 10 top tools or the 8 of my favorites. But literally we could spend our livelihood in kvCORE if we had the time, right? We don't. But once you have this set up, it just makes your day so much easier. Like if you do have a schedule, if you do have time block, please, please, please add kvCORE at least 1, 2, or 3 times a day, maybe breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you're on the go, just take a look at the app instead of scrolling Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. May I challenge you to scroll kvCORE? Just for a month and see if that changes your business in 60 days. If it doesn't, you tell me and Cari, but I'm going to wager a bet. I wish I had some money in my betting budget because I would bet you guys that your business would change and you would see a difference in your income by just switching time from one thing to this thing. Because it is a powerful tool. I mean, it is so powerful. I mean, I know Terry is going to be excited this evening that he's found a couple things and that he knows some things there.
So if people are just getting started with it, you guys, do your profile, check out your own front-facing website, get some contacts in, get your apps on your phone, play around with them, maybe have your spouse or a child or something logged into the app so you can see what you're going to be giving out. Did we get to see where we have a link to that app when we're meeting people, Nakia?
Yes. So it's always right. If you're meeting with someone, it should be already in your kvCORE app too, a link here. But why don't we maybe put this in a note in our phone or even in our own contact? You know how we share contacts? So even if you're using one of those links or those QR codes, this should be a link in within your contact that you're sharing with people. Or if you have a QR code.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, put this on that link. Or if you have a link tree, some people use link tree. I have a link tree. Add this as a link there. Say download my app, or maybe for homework today, go on Facebook. Did you know I had an app? Here's the link. Or even, call all of your clients that you are working with now and say, hey, I forgot to tell you I had an app. Would you like to use it? Or would you like if you would like to use it, here's the link. And
I
9
just
times
clicked
out of
on
10,
mine, you guys, and I have my whole, like a whole little landing page. So you guys could be, my picture's on there. It says contact me, download my app. and send me to Cari Briner's app. I mean, this is so easy, you guys. I had no idea that existed. So this would be great to post or to send text messages out to clients or people you've been talking to, and certainly make sure it's saved somewhere. So when you're in your open house this weekend, you have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. I love it. And it refers people right back to you. So when I click that contact me button, look at it. It's sent right to my profile, okay, about Nakia information, and it's my website. So it sends people to my website. So no matter what they click, they get right back to me. I'm telling you guys, this is like
so
the
that's
best
going to be
thing ever.
homework too, you guys. If you haven't gotten and edited your website, so can you just really quickly show us that again when we go to the top of our kvCORE on the right where Nakia was showing you the app? Right, that's where we go. Is we go to you update the profile, and that's what shows on the website. But you can also go into your website, right?
Yeah. So we're going to cover that. We'll cover that next week, Cari. But if you want to preview, or if you want to just jump ahead of us and start already, you're just going to be in your dashboard, and this is your menu bar here.
Yep.
Go right on down to Website Manager.
Okay.
And click on Website Manager, and there's buttons you can click. It's so easy to use. It walks you through, but don't forget you have that help button. And if you get stuck, most people, and let me see if I do. Oh, there we go. If you have a question, you get stuck, this little blue box down in the bottom of your screen is to help people. And they remember all of the questions you asked too. Just by the way. So I asked the question and they probably have answered me, and I never went back to take a look. So somewhere along the line, I've asked them questions, but they also send us information, but it's right there. And you can search for help. So if you were stuck and you wanted to work on your website, type website here, and they will have all of the answers right here, or what the most popular ones are right there. Yep. You don't see what you're looking for, you probably want to click in a little more. They'll go into detail, but it's all there for you.
Awesome. That's perfect. So you guys, if you already are a little bit more advanced and you've got other things done, maybe jump to this website thing, just start editing that as much as you can. And then we're going to dive into that next week. Make sure that you check out your own app, get your apps going, just start one thing at a time, because if you start one thing at a time, you're going to start actually getting comfortable in using this. Grab a couple of the links in the chat that Nakia posted if you need those right now before we log out. This will be out on my YouTube channel for you guys to watch it again. We'll also email it out, and then please mark your calendars for 10 Pacific, 11 Mountain, 12 Central, 1 Eastern next Thursday. We're going to dive into the website stuff. We're going to learn about squeeze pages and landing pages. Some of you have asked about that. We're going to learn about how do we, communicate with our database, but how do we get leads? Like that is all coming in this 5-week series. So just get familiar with some of these things and let's start from scratch. So thanks so much, Nakia, for being here today. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next Thursday.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Sasha.
Bye, guys.
New tools. That is the goal every week. New tools. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.